Hi, I'm Andrew Hill with Sage at Work. I hear from a lot of clients that they're really struggling these days and that there's a lot of challenges out there that they've never faced. In the earlier years, before we faced the recession, these were boom years where it was kind of like throwing money at a dot-com company, and back in the day you couldn't help but win. Well, it's different now. You've got to be very discerning about how you use your time, your resources, your employees, capital, and all those things to stay afloat and actually to prosper out of this. So I'm going to go over a couple of items to pay attention to. One is there's more competition out there than ever. Okay, some people have gone out of business, but those that are around are hungrier than ever. So the wolves are at the door. Just something to keep in mind. We face it every day. How does that show up? Well, it could be that your competition is starting to extend products and services that overlap with yours. So where you might have had your own niche before, now you're finding that a guy in a similar business, maybe slightly different yours, is now encroaching and starting to go after your style of business, whether or not they're capable of really delivering a good product or service. But it's certainly more competitive. The other thing to be concerned about is the dilution of your central purpose. So if you start to wander off and try to extend your reach into areas that are outside of your field of mastery, you start to dilute your power. And although that seems like a great survival response, it's actually, from a marketing and a overall business direction, is not a wise move. Not unless it is very intelligently tied to your central purpose and the value of what you bring to the marketplace. Because that's one thing that never changes, whether it's a good economy or a bad economy, is the value you bring is what people are willing to pay for your product or service. Another thing to watch out for, distracting opportunities. The next best thing is out there, and you think, well, I'll throw a Hail Mary and see if I can capitalize on something new and unique. I always advise people, go back to your strategic plan. Is it consistent with your goals and objectives? If it isn't, perhaps you should think twice about doing that. Another thing we're facing these days, credit and finances. The credit piece of it, credit's really tough for businesses to get right now. So you're having to work with what you have at your disposal rather than being able to just run to the bank with a new business plan and get more money available. Also, how you use your finances in your company. You've got to be a lot shrewder about the decisions you make. Last item I'll end with is just one thing you can count on. This is kind of a universal truth, and that is trust your intuition. If you've got a pretty good gut feeling inside for a direction you're going and it's consistent with your plan, keep moving with that. Make slight course corrections, because I've mentioned in other videos, the goals don't change, but you may have to adjust your plan. So that map that you follow might have to take some course corrections based on some intuitive hits that you're getting. Pay attention to them, they don't lie to you. That's the part that never changes, whether we're in a great economy or a poor one.